Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
This is episode number 5, where we talk about the 24-hour movie marathon and Guy Fawkes. Hello, Chris. Welcome to episode number 5.
Yay! Welcome to episode number 5.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 is alive. Whatever. I don't know.
Don't know how to respond to that, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I was being incredibly, what was it? Awesome and...
Really? You're being incredibly awesome.
So what was it?
Quite hilarious and wildly entertaining.
Quite hilarious and wildly entertaining. So for those of you listening, there was a podcast called the Chris and Sam podcast previously, which we didn't know about.
If we'd done the research properly, we may have. But it wasn't until I was Googling it after we set up everything. I was like, who are these people?
And so they did, 4 episodes, like 3 years? Or
5, I think.
5 episodes 3 or 4 years ago, whatever.
Based in the UK. And so Sam actually reached out to them and said, "Oh, guys, sorry, we've been using your same name because we said the Chris and Sam podcast, and you've already got the Chris and Sam podcast. And we noticed that you haven't been using it for the last 3 or 4 years or whatever. Yeah.
Do you want to relinquish your name? Do you have a problem?" They go, "Well, as you may have heard, we are
quite hilarious and wildly entertaining.
We are quite hilarious and wildly entertaining. So the possibility is always there that we will return."
Yeah, so that's interesting. We're not too worried. We're just going to plow ahead. So you can find us on Facebook now at facebook.com/the Chris and Sam podcast. So we'll have everything up there and we'll start spreading the word.
And if you do search for it and you think, "Oh, this must be them," and it's a couple of guys in a hot tub.
That's not us.
That's not us.
We've actually got a nice logo. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, we've got a logo. The same logo you'll see on iTunes.
Yes, we've been submitted to iTunes and approved.
Yay. So we better not say anything rude.
No, we'll lose our rating.
Yeah.
I assume there's some sort of algorithm computer thing that looks for those words.
Yeah. And they rent it out to the GSCSB when they're not using it themselves.
We'll also soon be appearing on TuneIn Radio Network if you use that, and we're just waiting to hear back from Stitcher.
Yay, Stitcher. Well, Stitcher's what I use, but now I'm thinking I must check out this TuneIn Radio Network.
TuneIn Radio, yeah, I'll show you that. I'll show you that later. It's pretty cool.
Cool. So what have you been up to, Sam?
Not too much. Been working, and I was selling giant pumpkin plants at Hamilton Gardens.
Oh, right.
On the Sunday, because they have a scarecrow festival. So we sort of latch onto the back of that, and I just stand there yelling at people about giant pumpkins.
So that was last
Sunday just been.
Sunday just been.
So yeah,
because it was Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they sort of tie that in with all that. It was a very hot day, managed to sell quite a few plants and get a lot of people interested. And Hamilton Gardens got voted one of the best gardens in the world, I think, this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's quite big for them.
It is cool. I mean, when anybody comes and visits Hamilton, I take them to the gardens because it's those, what do they call them? The
gardens? The plants?
But the specific cultural gardens. So
yes.
They have the Indian garden. The Paradise Garden set. That's what it's called, The Paradise Gardens.
I'm not 100% sure, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so they've got a China one, Japanese one of my favourites. The Italian one's fantastic. If you have never been to Hamilton and you happen to be going through...
And it's completely free. The amount of people that think they have to pay, I could have actually asked for money on the weekend.
Really? Yeah, because I know they had thought about charging.
They do keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
I just don't know how...
I think the upkeep is the problem, because it is a pretty impressive place to visit.
Yeah, so I did that, and then I decided to build a germination box for pumpkins, which involves a plastic box, a heat pad.
Is that like a brothel for pumpkins?
Sort of, yeah. It's for pumpkin people, it's really cool. For anyone else, it's just a plastic box with a heat pad in and an aquarium light going 24/7.
So, what's the point of a germination box?
Oh, to give it the best conditions possible and to get it growing really fast. So, I put the seed in the pot after it had just sprouted a little bit, and I didn't look at it for a day and a half, and when I came back, they were already touching the roof of the box.
Wow.
Pretty quick.
Okay, so it doesn't make the pumpkin any bigger, but it makes it quicker at the beginning.
It's quicker at the beginning, so you can get the plant in the ground sooner, so it can establish itself and get its roots going in the ground and not wasting energy
while being in a pot.
Right.
And that was about all I've been up to, as well as figuring out if I've got a cold or hay fever. I don't know, some sort of sniffly nose action's been going on. So I found some pills last night and popped a few of them, and I'm pretty good today. So
were they sniffly cold pills or were they
antihistamines? I think.
Yeah, so that's the allergy thing.
Yeah. So
yeah, okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I know my flatmates are pretty crook at the moment, but I think that is more the cold scenario.
That's no good.
Yeah, but that's okay because she's not hanging around me at the moment. So like
excellent.
Keep away.
So, what have you been up to? I've got a rough idea because I follow you on Facebook and to see these random posts.
So, did I tell you about the movie marathon?
You said last podcast you said you were going. You had no idea what it was about or what you were going to see, and you were going to report back, and that's what you're going to do right now.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now. It was awesome. It's been going, I think they said, it's over 10 years or something now, every year, this annual movie marathon. It's 24 hours. We started at 2:30 on Saturday, and it finished 2:30 on Sunday. We watched 13 movies, including 3 New Zealand premieres, basically.
That's awesome.
The thing is, I'm not supposed to say what we've seen.
I was going to say that because someone mentioned on your Facebook post and said you can't talk about it. Now, that's because they're not general release yet. Is that correct?
Yes, I think there may be some issues around the
Is there some issues
showing of some of these movies. So what
are they like bootleg copies from somewhere?
No. Well, it's almost the opposite thing. It's like some of these guys are collectors, right? And they have 35mm film that they have paid to restore, and they're keeping 35mm film. And there's only 2 cinemas, I think, left in Auckland that will actually play film, like not
there
non-digital.
Can't be that many around.
And so these guys own this film, and they play it, and there's an audience, but they haven't got a license to do it publicly. So it's sort of a grey area. I think that's what the deal is. Honestly, I don't.
Okay, so we can't talk about the movies.
It sounds like I reckon I can say a couple of things.
Oh, just talk in general terms then.
Well, we saw an early the first one was an early Charlton Heston movie, and the misogyny in that film was just spectacular.
That must have been real early on.
It was awesome. I don't know when that's from, the 60s or even earlier. So that was pretty good. The crowd was really cool. I think maybe there was 120 people.
I was going to ask how many were there.
Yeah, about 120 people there. I think it was $65 a pop to go.
Yeah. I actually checked out their website.
Yeah.
I think I now follow them on Facebook. And they had a very interesting facts and questions segment on their website.
Yes, okay.
and the first one is, does this get updated every year? And they said, yes, it does, and you must read it.
Actually, yeah, I did read that because I went through it looking for what should I bring. A pillow is definitely the best thing. So my mate said, bring a pillow. I'm like, whatever. And then I read the FAQs and I'm like, bring a pillow. Okay.
Did you take a pillow?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
They are the most uncomfortable chairs. Oh, this is a different cinema this time than it has been for the last 10 years or whatever, apparently.
Oh, okay.
But they, like the old wire spring.
Yeah.
50-year-old cinema seats.
Because they do a early booking thing to do with beanbags or something?
Yeah, so at the very front, all these people are down there in beanbags and people wearing their onesies and stuff. I shouldn't have worn jeans. I don't think 24 hours sitting in jeans was a good... I should have done track pants.
Yeah,
seriously.
Jeans probably aren't lending to the best attire for 24-hour film festivals.
No. But so I did see some really cool films.
Well, the good thing about these festivals is everyone takes different things from it. Because I saw on the Facebook comments on your post was your favourite was another person's most hated one, and
the other way around. Actually, I was like, he goes, "What's the worst one?" And it was just really slow. And if I wasn't watching it at 6 o'clock in the morning after being up for watching 14 hours worth beforehand, I might have liked it more.
Yeah. Did you get any sleep?
No.
Okay.
I nodded off. I had to force myself to wake up a couple of times, like I blinking, going, oh.
They obviously had breaks and things.
Yeah, they had
Like a
a
dinner
tea
break.
break, a dinner break, and a breakfast break, basically, and a few 10-minute breaks between them. Some of them they went straight through. They put tedious ones on at 4 a.m. to mess with your mind. They're evil. They are evil.
So it sounds like a really cool thing.
It was really good, and it's
How much of a movie buff would you need to be, do you think?
I think you'd need to be somewhat of a movie buff. I wouldn't call myself a great movie buff, but I can go in and watch something and go, I quite like the way they did that. So there was one called the Wisconsin Death Trip, and basically it's from a novel. This blew my mind. It's from a novel, The Wisconsin Death Trip, and I'm like, somebody wrote this crap
Before turning into a screenplay.
Yeah, well. It's actual factual information from this Wisconsin newspaper, this little town. I've forgotten what it's called, Rocky Falls or something like that. And so they've got all these news stories, and it's like, such and such a body killed themselves the other day. Somebody else died in this way. Somebody else went and killed somebody else like this because of this. And it's just, they've got old photos from back in the newspaper, and they've got somebody narrating it and some actors in black and white acting out like sort of scenes-ish from it, but not acting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the most random thing, and I thought it was great. I mean, I thought it was way too long at 4 in the morning or whatever it was. But, I mean, I could see the benefit of it. So you'd have to like that. Apparently, Daryl brought somebody last year, I know, this guy Bill, and Bill thought it was 24 hours worth of blockbuster movies. So he's never going back again.
He would have been sadly disappointed. For myself, I'm not a big film buff, but I will sit and watch anything.
Yeah.
So I think
you'd like it, and it's more about the crowd. So there were 4 of us went up, plus 2 guys that I met up there from Auckland. So it was a road trip. It was cool.
Yeah, sounds
Driving
very cool.
back to
I
Hamilton,
don't know how I'd cope with that. I wouldn't, to be honest.
None of us could have by ourselves. Like we had 3 drivers take turns coming back.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, 24 hours and then driving back to Hamilton. Meh.
That's not good.
So anyway, big thumbs up for the 24-hour movie marathon annual event. You can look it up on Facebook and stuff, or Google it.
We'll put the website on the show notes and on the Facebook.
Yeah, so I definitely will be going back again, I think. And if you get the chance, you should come with us next year.
It sounds like a plan.
Woohoo!
Actually, keeping on the movie themes, did you see what the new Star Wars film's now going to be called? They've actually named it.
Yeah, I did. It was The
Force Awakens.
That's the one. The Force Awakens. Was it Awakens or Awakened? I can't remember.
I put Awakens.
Okay.
But they could be wrong.
Yeah, The Force Awakens. Yeah, so, that sounds cool. Somebody was telling me today, actually, and they were like, how can it be awakened when it's never disappeared? Yeah.
That's when everyone gets into technicalities, and then they'll start spouting off all this other stuff.
Exactly. And it's a title for a movie, so there's a reason they've called it that, and we will find out when we see it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm good with it. I that doesn't worry me one way or another. But there are a few things I wanted to talk about in terms of movies, actually. Because on Stuff today, they had something about this being the golden year for New Zealand movies. Oh, he's looking it up on the internet. We are connected at the same time as we are recording.
We got a bit fancy today.
Yeah, I reckon. I'm impressed. I have a screen today.
I got sick of Chris leaning over the laptop trying to look at it upside down, so I brought in another screen so you can see everything that's going on.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's talking about the this year being a golden year for New Zealand film, and there's some good films out. And it talked about a few of them. Now, I haven't yet seen The Deadlands. Have you seen that yet?
No.
No. So The Deadlands, I have to go and see it, so I'm looking forward to going and seeing that. But I have seen 2 of the others they mentioned. What We Do in the Shadows, I absolutely love that film. I absolutely love that. And it's doing really well around the world. I was fortunate enough to go and see Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement being interviewed by Cliff Curtis for sort of the Screenwriters Guild. And I got to meet Jermaine afterwards. But they were talking about making it, and I don't know if you know this, but I think it's pretty cool, doing all the distribution themselves.
I only heard that from talking to you last time.
Right. Did I mention that before?
No, I think you just mentioned it to me in general.
Yeah. On microphone. Woohoo. So that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. If you haven't seen What We Do in the Shadows, definitely need to see it.
And if you're in New Zealand, you can actually pay for it and stream it or download it. Stream it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that.
It's like $24.95, I think. And yeah.
You get to keep it for $24.95, or you just see it once for $24.95?
I think you can watch it whenever you want.
Oh, right. Okay. I was going to say that's a bit steep. It didn't cost me that to go to the movies.
No, but you're supporting Kiwi filmmakers and they're distributing it themselves.
That's cool. So there was that. And the other one I've seen, I saw it at the film festival, so this was a couple of months ago now, was Housebound. And I really recommend that too.
That's a horror or thriller? Something?
Yeah, it's sort of a comedy horror, but it actually turns into a thriller. Because you think it's one of those that has so many levels and it's so well written that it changes and you go, oh, I know what this is. This is a slash film. Oh, no, it's not. It's a whodunit film. Oh, no, it's not. It's one of those, and it's really, really good. It's really well done. I know the person I went with didn't like the main character. I liked the main character, but the supporting actress, the real Kiwi mum, is awesome. So the general story is this girl gets done for some crime, and she is put in home detention at her mum's place, and this is the haunted house.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, so definitely that's another one you have to check out.
Cool.
I'm thinking, should I go on about movies a little bit longer?
No, we can break it up. We'll break it up.
Okay, so that's my movie news for now.
Very good. Actually, what I was going to say was we're in the month of Movember.
Yeah.
/November, whatever you want to call it. People out there are raising... I don't know how to put this. I just can't get into it. I fully support it. And I've got a mow on the go pretty much year round.
Yep.
I just can't get into the fundraising side of it. I don't know why. I just can't.
I think you have to do it as a group. So we did it a few years back.
Yeah, then maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
Everybody in our training team, when we were trainers at Telecom, we did the whole grow a mow thing.
Yeah.
For Movember. It was funny because after 2 days, Ty, this Samoan guy in the thing, had a pretty bushy beard and that. After 5 weeks of November, whatever we managed to squeeze out of Movember, Carl just had a wisp of
there's
hair
always someone that can't grow hair. And this is Carl with the ponytail down to the waist.
Yeah. And he's kept it since, so he's still got that little beardy thing going on.
I saw that.
He is very slow to grow one. So that was fun. That was quite funny. But I do know you mean. I can't be bothered doing it again. And of course, I've got a little bit of a mow and beard from the Star Wars movie, so I've only got this because of the movie. So
if you know anyone taking part, make sure to support them.
Yeah,
there is an event happening in TDO Dinsdale if you're in the Hamilton area. That's on the 15th on the Saturday.
TDO,
the Dinsdale office,
right? Which is a pub.
Which is a pub. They've donated a Karma keg, so there's a whole keg there which we can have for pay what you want per handle. And somehow I think I'm roped into being there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I will be there. So that'd be cool.
So when is that?
Saturday the 15th of this month. Yeah, mid-November.
Ooh, what have I got on Saturday 15th? Something. I've got something on, but it might not be in the evening, so that'd be cool.
Okay, well, make sure to check that out.
And you let me know.
We'll put it up on the Facebook page and other things.
I'm just telling him to text me. I don't care about you listeners.
Yeah. By the time you listen to this, it's probably already gone. No, it won't. It'll be the next couple of days.
Yeah, we'll get this out in time for that.
Also, November, it's just been Guy Fawkes. They've had a bit of talk about banning it.
So what do you think?
I've got a story about fireworks. Of course.
Light the fuse on that baby.
Yeah, light the fuse. Let's go. Boom. So a couple of years ago, I was in Tauranga I think I was living there at the time, and we got invited, this is myself and my brother-in-law, to a party around the corner from our place. And I have no idea how or who invited us, but somehow we ended up at this house. And if you imagine, it's a 2-story house, and down the bottom is 2 double garages, and up top's a balcony and the rest of the house. And we go in, and there's a few people there, and there's a few drunk people. And you'll remember the show Target, and they do the hidden camera trials, and they always catch the real dodgy people. This guy's there, and he introduces himself as, "Hi, I'm Tim. I'm Tauranga's dodgiest Tyler." He was going through everyone's stuff on the show, sniffing everything, and possibly, I'm not 100% sure if he was doing other things, but you can just use your imagination on that. So that was that guy, and then for some reason they decided to let off some fireworks, because it was Guy Fawkes, and he's running around the driveway with Roman candles in each hand, but firing them at us on the balcony, and they were going into the house. Like,
Oh my God.
so there was about 10 of us just hit the floor, while Tim, the dodgy Tyler, was firing Roman candles into his house. Although it might
And it was his own house.
Well, I'm not sure. He was there. They all knew him, so I don't know. But
What a loser.
yeah, it's probably normal. But apart from that, I'm not really into it, I guess, as much as used to be.
Yeah.
I didn't see...
Now you have a kid, so I don't. But you have a kid.
Yeah.
So do you think that... No, so... What you remember of Guy Fawkes is always as a kid, you think, wow, that's cool. So as a parent, you go, oh no, I've got to pass that on to my kids.
A little bit, but I remember the skyrockets and things like that, and we don't have them anymore, which is a shame, because the skyrockets...
What? Don't they do skyrockets anymore?
No, they haven't done them for a long, long time.
Really?
Like 10 years, 10 plus years. You can just get ground-based fireworks now. So they'll fire balls of stuff. Yeah.
What's the point?
Well, there you go. That's just blown your mind a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some double happies upstairs. And they're like 20 years old. I think I've only got 3 or 4 left.
I'm sure they'll be fine and won't misfire or the fuse will
I
work.
know. I've let some off every now and again for the last 20 years, but yeah. No.
How many did you have to begin with? Like stockpile?
2, 3 packets.
Oh, okay.
And I've let them off.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. I think I've still got...
So the thing is, it's, kids do love them, but I think the big outdoor shows are the way to go.
Oh, I reckon.
Because they're way more value for money.
Oh, hell yeah.
Even if you pay $20 to get in somewhere, you're going to see stuff that you can't see at home. And the other flip side is, because it's daylight savings, it's so hard trying to keep a child... Well, it's not hard, but they get so grumpy because you have to keep them awake till like 9 o'clock to make sure it's dark enough.
Yeah.
Unless you're one of those
people. And then at 9:15 it started raining the other night.
Yeah. Or, and unless you've spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth, it's all over in about 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're one of those people, I haven't seen many this year, but previous years, there's always people letting them off during daylight.
Yeah, somebody noticed that today. I was one of my friends, and she put on Facebook, she goes, people that light fireworks in daytimes, are they the same sort of people that go to sleep with the light on at night?
Possibly. I think if you can produce a firework that does something amazing during daylight, you will be onto a winner.
Oh, yeah.
You heard that here first.
Yeah. If the smoke could turn into a dragon and fly off. I'm thinking Gandalf stuff now, but
Yeah. So that's November.
Oh, yeah, I've got one quick November story.
Yes.
Very quick.
Yes.
I got married on November. In fact...
Not this month. Not this month.
No. And Guy Fawkes. I got married on Guy Fawkes, I should say. And
really?
Yeah. I got married, so it was cheap entertainment that night. Come out onto the balcony and watch the fireworks.
Do you just want to state how long ago this was? Just the time frame?
Actually, this year, it was 20 years ago. It's my 20th. It would have been.
It would have been.
Yeah, but the marriage only lasted like 3 years. But the good thing about that...
Oh, yes. So there's the silver lining.
The tip for everyone is get married on Guy Fawkes because, you're wandering around through your day thinking about all that crap that goes through your head, and suddenly you see fireworks on sale and you go, oh, crap, wedding anniversary is in the next few days. It's like it just warned you that there's a wedding anniversary.
What happens if you just do what my sister did? They got married on Valentine's Day.
I would have no clue what Valentine's Day is, and I don't go shopping.
Okay.
I don't read catalogues. But I'm a guy, so I see, fireworks, huh? Oh, that means it must be wedding anniversary.
That's crazy. Actually,
There's a pro tip.
There's a pro tip. That's good. Yeah. So it's making me laugh. But it is November, and coming up, I think it opens on the 13th, is New Zealand Secret Santa.
Oh yeah. Because I tweeted them and said,
And
what's happening?
yes, and you keep forgetting.
I always forget.
Yeah,
I'm terrible.
But the thing this year is registration's only open for a week,
Right.
7 days. That's it.
So if you are listening to this podcast and it's not past December yet, definitely go and check out.
Well, I think you've only got to the 13th till the 20th. 7 days.
Of
November.
November.
It's real early. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We'll put some links up. It's newzealandsecretsanta.co.nz, I think. But we will sort that out and we'll have some show notes. But check it out if you're around. If you use Twitter, you need to be doing it. And you can do some good old-fashioned Twitter stalking.
Yeah, no.
Actually, we're both going to sign up, and I think we'll be talking about our person that we'll be buying for, and maybe
we'll be publicising our stalking.
Not fully. I don't want to give it away, but I'm hoping I get someone interesting. They better be interesting.
Oh, but even if they're not, they'll be so boring. It'll be interesting.
I think
we'll make it.
We'll have some fun with this.
I think we can. That'd be awesome. Actually, I must publicise it on my Facebook to a whole bunch of people.
There's always people every year that always go, "Oh, I didn't know anything about it."
I did that last year, didn't I? I was like, when's this thing? And you go, dude, it's Christmas in like a week's time. I'm like, yeah.
No. Well, that's why they're doing it so early this year to give people enough time. They do have a really great thing this year where they've been allowed funding. It's $1 for every person taking part, up to $10,000, and that's going to the Christchurch City Mission, and it's capped at $10,000. So they really want to push it. Last year was only about just under 1,500 people taking part. So if we get 5,000 this year, it's $5,000, 10,000. So they're trying to get as many people involved as possible.
So, do you want to give a quick rundown for anybody who has no clue what the hell we're babbling on about? How does Twitter Secret Santa work?
You sign up, you get a person, you buy them a gift, you send it to the address that they give you, that person gets the gift. And because you've sent a gift, that's all been recorded, so you will get a gift in return. If you don't send a gift, you don't get one. That's how New Zealand Post has kept it fair, and that's really all there is to it.
So if I add a little couple of little things like that, so you're randomly pick somebody who is also on Twitter who you're going to buy a gift for. You know who they are, so you can go in there and stalk them and go, oh yeah, what are they into? They're into, I don't know, soaps.
My last year's person I had was like into horses and getting drunk the whole time.
I did that. I bought.
What, you got drunk and rode a horse?
No. My last one was somebody who likes drinks, so I got them one of those cheap shaker thing with cocktail mixer and a book, and that was what I was going to say. It's gifts under $10 is what they recommend, isn't it? $10.
That's sort of the agreed limit, but you can do whatever you want.
I think I was a little bit over, but it was like on special, so it's like $12 or $15. It's probably cost $25 normally, but yeah. So I sent that.
I really like trying to get something real, something that they really like.
Yeah, it's got to be something, you just don't want to go and pick the first thing up and send it to them. You want to try and get something tailored to them a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, we will do our public stalking later.
We will.
In the coming month.
And we'll let you know what we're thinking about doing, possibly. We'll see.
And if anybody here does take part, and if they happen to pull our names, we want something really cool. Because it'll be publicised when we get it.
That's a given.
Yeah. And if you weren't aware, Sam is the person that invented the New Zealand Twitter Secret Santa. He started the whole thing off, and
so this is our fifth. This is the 5th year, and I ran it for the first 3.
Yeah, and so now New Zealand Post run it and do a great job doing so.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Don't let me forget it again.
No, I won't. So it pretty much wraps us up for this podcast.
Cool. Yeah, I waffled on a lot about movies.
That's okay. We'll let you off once in a while.
All right, we'll see you all next time. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes now, and by the time you hear this, hopefully on Stitcher and what was that?
TuneIn Radio. And check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/the Chris and Sam podcast.
The is really important, or you get the Hot Tub Twins.
If you get the Hot Tub people, that's not us. You'll probably work that out pretty quick.
Yeah.